Hello and welcome to the Rivals podcast. We are back with another episode, and I'm joined by someone that just gets happier every week, and I don't like it. Cambridge, how are you?
I'm fantastic. I'm going to say it every week. I am absolutely brilliant. Arsenal is still top of the Premier League, and
Somehow, how much have you paid the officials?
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We'll get to it, but we deserve to be where we are. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, I don't think I can disagree too much. We're going to speak about our game, speak about your game, speak about all the other games across the weekend. And then we'll see where the conversation takes us. We'll argue about something, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
We'll start with our game. We were away at Brighton. We won 1-0, which was Brighton's first loss at home since we beat them last season, which is actually a very impressive stat for Brighton. I'm not even saying that's for Spurs. That's a good home record Brighton have got.
Yeah. No. I watched the first half, and it was very It was Brighton. Brighton kept up with you. That's what I'd say. Brighton were played exactly how I thought they were going to play. They're kind of like the Crystal Palace of past. You know what I mean? They're like kind of like a. I probably shouldn't mention Brighton and Crystal Palace in the same sentence, but it's they're proving to be a bit of a bogey team this year, which I think is quite exciting. It's quite nice.
Yeah,
I quite like it.
It's even nicer now we've got them out of the way and we don't have to play them in quite a few months. The football almost felt a bit secondary. There were some nice tributes to Jean-Pierre Ventroni, our fitness coach, that passed away. The Brighton fans, fair play there. They played their part in that really, really well. But yeah, in terms of the actual football, it wasn't the most exciting of games. You know, we scored in the 22nd minute, I think. Yeah, 22nd minute. Son whipped a ball in. I think he was shooting, to be honest, and Kane just kind of ducked, bonked his head on it. Goal. And then we just kind of saw it out. Nothing hugely exciting there.
Yeah. No, there was nothing really. Saw it out is the perfect words, I think. This is my problem with Spurs. I'll keep saying it. It's my problem. You're not beating teams by big margins. You're kind of like half beating them and then kind of seeing it out. But you're still getting the win. Yeah, I know. I get it. You're still getting the win. Like you're still 3 points at the end of the day. But it's just not. You're not convincing anyone. I don't think that you can be up at the top end of the table.
That is a shame. 3 points is 3 points. Doesn't matter at all. To be honest, I really don't mind. Harry Kane got a yellow card in that game, by the way, for an accidental handball in the penalty box, which I thought was pretty laughable. But yeah, this is what I did want to mention about it. We changed formation. We played a 3-5-2 rather than a 3-4-3 for the first time. I don't really know how it worked. It's kind of hard to tell. I mean, it obviously works. We won the game, but it wasn't the most exciting of games to test it in.
I mean, you didn't have Emerson Royale in there, so you don't really know how good you're going to be.
No, that is true. Doherty, though, came in and he did play very well. I think, considering he's been out for so long, he just offers so much more going forwards. He gets in the box. He nearly scored. He nearly got an assist.
But why do you think he likes Emerson Royale? Why is it?
I don't know. I wish I could tell you the answer to that question.
Is it literally just is it just a personality thing? Is it Conte? Can we get Conte on so we can ask this question?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
But Conte, if you're listening, get on so we can ask you why you hate Matt Doherty and you want to play probably one of the shittest fullbacks in the Premier League.
He's not great, but yeah, you know, we move. We won 1-0. Is what it is. 3 points. Your game was a little bit bigger before kickoff, even. You know, Arsenal-Liverpool, big game.
It was banging. It was a great game. It was a great game of football. I really enjoyed it. I was preparing for a basketball game. And I was dipping in and out because I was watching it and half watching it. Can you believe I missed? There was 3-2, so there was 5 goals in that game.
Yeah.
Can you believe I missed every single one? Can you just appreciate that I missed every single one? I watched build-up play. I watched everything apart from the goals that actually went in.
Good.
It was painful.
Good. I'm glad.
It was painful, but
I'm glad.
But it was a fantastic win. It was a brilliant win.
Right.
Should we just address the elephant in the room? I feel like
there's moments of this game that we need to talk about.
Should we just address the elephant in the room that was the final goal? Should we just address that now, or do you want to build through it?
What was the final goal? The penalty.
The final goal of the game was the penalty. Yeah.
Right. Well, no, hang on. There was an earlier penalty incident that should have gone against you. Gabriel handball.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, you've won the game now. It doesn't matter. Be neutral. Do you think that should have been a penalty?
If we hadn't have paid off the ref, then yeah, probably yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
should
Like
have
it's
been
the clearest penalty, like
No, it
handball
was.
decision
I
ever.
like if I put my neutral hat on and take the Arsenal fanboy hat off and put it to side for 1 second. This isn't a natural position to put your hand in.
He was kind of doing like a bit of a.
It was kind of like that.
Egyptian kind
Yeah,
of
it was
thing.
kind of thing. But this isn't natural, so I don't understand where the ref was really coming from. But at the end of the day, I'm not complaining because we did he didn't give a penalty. So
Saka's first goal, great goal, fair. Saka was offside, and I was reading about this morning. The cameras in your ground couldn't get Saka and White in the same frame, and the only camera that could didn't have the technology to draw a line from, so they couldn't draw lines, so had to give the goal. How many millions have the Premier League spent on VAR, and that is still happening? If it happened at the Vitality Stadium, I would understand it. Not at the Emirates. That should have better technology.
That's class. That is absolute Top Gunner class. Yeah,
you could see his back foot was offside, regardless. The goal was given, whatever, but it was offside.
I'll take it. At the end of the day, I mean, if it's like this is the thing. Like I feel like we've had discussions about VAR in the past. We by now, anyone listening, you know our feelings about VAR.
Yeah,
it's a very simple technology. I feel.
It should be.
It's a very simple technology, and it should be applied, especially in the Premier League. Like this is arguably the biggest league in the world. It is the biggest league in the world.
Yeah.
So you are right that it should, every ground it should be standard across the board. Even if you're promoted, even if you're, lowly Bournemouth or Nottingham Forest, there should be a man that comes around or a woman that comes around and goes, here's the VAR equipment. We're going to install it for you right now. We're going to make it set up so it actually works. I agree with that completely. But on the other hand, if the referee looks at it and then chooses no, then we're kind of stuck in a no man's land, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame the on-field official for not giving it because they're kind of told not to put their flag up for like really close calls now because we have this VAR technology that'll answer it for us. But to not get Ben White and Bukayo Saka in the same frame on any camera that has the technology to draw a line, it's just shocking. I don't get it. This isn't even the fact you scored from it. This could be a City goal, a Liverpool goal, a Tottenham goal. It's just embarrassing for the FA and for the Premier League. Yeah,
it's a little bit shoddy, but we took advantage of the shoddiness. So I'm really not bothered.
And then there was another penalty call later in the game, which again went in your favour. I don't think that was a pen. Neither do you.
Again.
It wasn't.
Why do you not think it wasn't?
If he'd given the handball and he'd been a bit, he was giving decisions in the game, I would maybe agree with it a bit more. But Anthony Taylor always has been a ref that lets the game flow quite a lot and tries to, but there's a line.
Hang on, I'm gonna live react to this.
It's just not. There's not enough contact there.
I'm just gonna I mean, I don't know. Looking at it, thing is, right, this is the thing. Looking at it in slow motion, again and again and again and again, you can see that there's not enough contact there. There's not enough contact there to warrant a penalty.
That's what VAR should be looking at, no?
But looking back at it, we've proven from the VAR doesn't work.
It's true.
It's pointless. It doesn't work.
Yeah, fair point.
It either goes against you or it goes with you. Like it's exactly the same. I don't think it makes a game any fairer. I don't think VAR actually does what it says on the tin because it doesn't actually make a game any fairer. Because
I agree.
This game has proven. I've listened to plenty of Liverpool fans on TikTok and Instagram who believe they were robbed of a win on Sunday. And when you look at the VAR in slow motion again and again and again, you can see. Yes, they were. Yeah, absolutely.
That is being
they had two decisions. They had two decisions that were game-changing decisions, game-winning decisions for us that they shouldn't have been given. But that's why we've got a referee. He's a human. He's going to make bad decisions. But then, on the other hand, VAR is there to take the human aspect out of it and make the game fair. So to me, it makes no sense. But I'm very happy to just sit back and take advantage.
I bet you are.
Of shit VAR decisions. I'm very happy.
Don't get me wrong. You played well. It was a good game to watch. I'm not taking anything away
brilliantly.
from it. It's not your fault that VAR is an utter shambles in the Prem this season. That's not your fault. But just honestly, I would 100% just scrap it.
I'd scrap it.
Fine.
I'd scrap it tomorrow.
But they won't because of how much money they've spent on it. But even if a linesman had a stinker once every 10 games, I would take that in exchange for being able to celebrate a goal when it goes in.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. I agree.
Even our goal against... Go on.
I think there's just too much in sport in general. There's too much of this kind of celebrating after the fact going on. Like, everyone wants to make exactly sure what has happened. Like, there's no liveness about live sport anymore. Like, there's no. I physically, I can't celebrate an Arsenal goal before a VAR check is done now. I can't celebrate just because of the way we play football and the way we try and get in behind and the way we try and play off an offside trap. I can't celebrate a goal until VAR, someone looking at a monitor goes, his toe is not, over the line. Like that is just pointless to me.
It's all right for you though. They just look and they go, his foot's offside, but it's fine, just give the goal.
It's fine.
That's what we're supposed to do for Arsenal.
Is it Arsenal? Yeah. Okay, go on. Play on. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
But like even our goal against Brighton, I sort of when it went in, I was like, yes, great goal. Like I was celebrating. And I was like, if it's onside, I was like, I don't want to celebrate because I don't want to make myself look like an idiot.
It shouldn't do that though. It shouldn't be like that. And I honestly, like you said, they're not going to scrap it because they've spent millions on it. But they should because it's getting to a point where it's actually pointless.
Yeah,
like because if referees are going to look at it and go, no, that's wrong, and then go with their own decision anyway, or they're going to follow VAR, which ruins the game. Like it's a lose-lose in both situations. So
yeah, it really is. And like, just imagine like the Aguero moment, Martin Tyler moment. Like that was so good because fans of Man City celebrated that. They knew it was a goal. They knew they'd won the league. Imagine that, and then they go, "No, a couple of millimeters in that. Sorry." Like you wouldn't, you can't celebrate a goal like that anymore.
You can't.
You just can't.
You can't. And it's going to get. I feel like it's going to get a real problem when we go towards the end of the season. I mean, I really hope, touch wood, touch everything, that this Arsenal run of dominance continues. Like it's amazing.
I haven't got any wood anywhere.
There's a wardrobe behind you,
but I can't reach that.
But if this Arsenal run continues and we are in a legitimate title battle against Man City, again, pretty doubtful. But I don't want, like you said, I think a sport is killed the moment VAR makes wins someone the Premier League. The sport is dead. It's over. The whole season then has a little asterisk next to it saying Arsenal won the league that year, but Man City got a dodgy VAR decision on the last day. It's like if anyone watches Formula One, Max Verstappen, he's now got he's got a massive asterisk next to his name twice now. Because one, he paid off Michael Massey in Abu Dhabi, but then it's just things that happen off the track or off the field should never affect what is happening on the pitch or on the track. So that's my view on it.
No one wants to win it like that either. Like 2018-19, the Champions League run we had when we beat City at their place, they scored in the 93rd minute to win the tie and go through to the semi-finals, and it was VAR offside. As much as I enjoyed that at the time, because Pep had gone down the touchline and he looked like a right idiot, I look back on it and I'm like, that's not how you want to win a football match. No. It's really not.
No.
It's just a bit...
It's crap. Just, I mean, because those moments, like if you go back on it now, like that moment for every Man City fan and every Man City player would be a massive moment. It would be a massive moment in their career, in their time of supporting Man City. And that's taken away because of a computer, because of a guy looking at a computer screen. Like that shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen at all.
Yeah, I mean, that was right. Like that goal was offside. but it's still not. I'm not saying that was a shocker, but it's still not. It's not how you want to do it, and
just
it's
in
how
the
far back
interest.
they go as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Like even our Champions League goal to send us to the final, Mora's goal. I was like, I know Mora's onside. Is there some offside in the build-up? It's like you just can't
Yeah.
celebrate. I
No,
just want to celebrate a
no.
goal.
It kills live football, and
Yeah,
it's all in the name of being fair. But if it's going to be used, if it's
yeah.
it's killing the sport. If you're offside by half a centimeter, that's football. Like
The
that's football. The
the last
linesman,
go on.
if the linesman can't, find out that you're offside by half a centimeter, then you're not offside.
Mm.
It's just
The
that's
last
my
thing
feelings.
I'll mention of VAR, and then I promise we'll move on. But it's just a rant every week now.
It's
Because
just
VAR
a
makes
rant,
it
yeah.
shocker. The most I've enjoyed just in person a goal in recent times was I was doing some media for the Bournemouth Forest game in the Championship last season, which got Bournemouth promoted. And Bournemouth scored 83rd minute, the goal to send them up. You knew it wasn't going to be ruled out. And I was sat there writing my match report, thinking I can write this, no problem. The
Yeah,
goal's gone in, the fans are happy, like no one's
yeah,
having a problem. Whereas in the Prem, I'd be sat there and I'd be like, can they celebrate? It's like, just constantly on the edge of your seat. Like, is it confirmed? Is it confirmed? No, it's not confirmed because you can't see it at the ground either.
yeah,
You can't see. It could be 12 foot offside. You can't see the
yeah,
decision, whereas we get the lines at home or not. In the case of Arsenal, actually,
yeah,
no
yeah.
lines
Exactly.
because no cameras.
No lines, no cameras. Exactly.
No lines, no cameras.
But yeah.
But
Anyway, we'll move on because we've ranted about VAR for way too long.
we have. Yeah, well, moving on to some other games. Chelsea beat Wolves 3-0. It was the big return of Diego Costa to Stamford Bridge. They didn't really have a problem.
They didn't really have an issue. I mean, Chelsea, I feel like they're still finding their feet a little bit, but that's a good win for them, I think, just to get back to it and get back to where they, I say, should be. I don't want them to be where they should be, to be honest. But yeah, decent win. Nothing
Yeah.
really to talk about, really, was it?
No, I haven't got a lot more to say on that one either. City, Southampton, that was never going to be a close game, was it? Let's be real.
I mean, I feel like I've got a weird feeling that the lower teams are going to give City the biggest problems. Like we saw it with Newcastle and stuff. But I just feel like I feel like they switch off against smaller clubs.
Maybe. But then
Like they
they've just
didn't.
beaten Southampton 4-0.
I mean, yeah, but anyone can beat. We could probably just go down there and beat Southampton 4-0. So it's not anything difficult. I don't think. But did either of us put Southampton in our bottom four or bottom three?
No, mine was Wolves, Leeds, and Fulham before
Okay.
the season.
But yeah. I mean, Haaland scored again. That guy's got to chill out. Honestly, he's got to relax. I'm getting sick of him seeing on a score sheet. Honestly, it's boring.
Yeah, well, don't have much more to add on that, to be honest. Newcastle, Brentford, 5-1. I thought that would be a little bit tougher for Newcastle than it
Yeah.
eventually was. But fair play.
Fair enough. I think quite hilariously, and I think I have to say this just because it's funny. So that result puts Newcastle up to 6th in the Premier League, which is amazing.
It does.
Liverpool are 10th, and the people between Liverpool and Newcastle are Brighton,
I know,
Bournemouth, and Fulham.
Big up the local.
Who put a bet on that? Who thought that 8-9 games in, Fulham, Bournemouth, and Brighton are all above Newcastle as well? They're all above, the Champions League winners of 2 years
I bet
ago.
you're glad you moved out of the city. It must be such a
I'm
miserable
so happy.
atmosphere in Liverpool
Honestly.
right now.
Honestly, I went back to visit because my parents still live there. I went back to visit, and it was just a little bit. It's just a little bit dead. I wasn't there for the Liverpool Arsenal game. I'll just say that I wasn't there. Just thought I'd get out of there before anything else happened. But yeah, tough
Fair.
city at the moment.
Yeah, I can imagine. Bournemouth, Leicester. Leicester went 1-0 up. Bournemouth again with a comeback victory. I am a bit biased when talking about Bournemouth. I live there, but great result. Again, they haven't lost under Gary O'Neill. They've shown a lot of fight under Gary O'Neill. This was the first match that their new owner, Bill Foley from America, was in the ground. They're just really plucking along very nicely.
Mate, yeah, you got to give that man a contract. I don't see how he doesn't keep that job.
The trouble is, we've seen it before with caretaker managers that do really, really well, and then they sign the contract because they've done so well, and then they're just absolutely god awful.
I mean, I don't know. But I just
The
don't know
players seem to
how
really
you
like
can.
him.
He checks every box, then, doesn't he? I don't see how you can turn around and go, okay, great job. We're going to go sign someone else now. Like, I don't see how you can do that. Even if there's been a pattern in the past, like, I think you've just got to give him a shot. Like, if the players love him, the fans probably love him. They're winning games. I mean, so I don't see why. Yeah, I don't see why he's not given a contract.
I do think he's helped out by the fact that Scott Parker was never that popular with the Bournemouth fans, and I don't think he was that popular with the Bournemouth players either. So I think he's helped out by the fact that it's like anyone will do. Like just
maybe.
Just like bring in anyone and we'll take him at this point.
Yeah, maybe.
But fair play, he's doing his job very, very well.
Exactly.
Palace beat Leeds. Not the most interesting of games, to be honest.
No. I mean, my girlfriend wasn't happy. She's a Leeds fan, but apart from that was about it. It was an icy household. It wasn't nice, especially when Arsenal won as well. That was when I'm hopping around looking like I'm top of the world, and she wasn't happy.
Well, I'm on her side here, so I was thoroughly miserable on Sunday as well. Leeds, I don't know.
Oh, 14th.
They had such a good start. So I remember we 14th. Sarcastically said how Leeds Brighton turned into a top of the table clash.
Yeah.
And now they've fallen away.
So the bottom three at the moment are Leicester, Nottingham Forest, Wolves. So I don't think neither of us had Leicester in there, did we?
No.
And then Nottingham Forest and Wolves. Yeah, no, we've got the bottom of the table completely wrong. Well, at least I have. But yeah, especially with Fulham at 9th.
I had Leeds, didn't I? Yeah, Fulham have exceeded everyone's expectations, I think.
So I'm it just puts a smile on my face every time I see that. Look at that badge. Look at that badge at the top of the table.
I don't want to look.
Look at it.
I can't actually see it because of the brightness.
Now you can. Now you can. I can see that you can see that. Look at it. There we go. Beautiful. Fantastic. Look at that. Okay. Right. Anyway, moving on.
Right. Yep. Can we? West Ham beat Fulham. You beat Liverpool. Everton, Man United. I didn't see this game. I was out. So I can't really comment on it. United came back, did the job.
Yeah, I mean it's against Everton, so they should be doing that job. But yeah, I was speaking to a mate actually. I do feel like Chelsea. I feel like they don't have any. I don't know. I've got a feeling, and my feelings are often wrong, so don't take my word on this. But I feel like Chelsea are still finding their feet, and I feel like they're going to stumble and they're going to fall, and I feel like they'll just fall short of that kind of top three battle. I feel
maybe
Man United, for some reason, I've just got a feeling that I don't know. For some reason, they're just hanging around. They're still in there. I don't know why, but I just have a feeling that they're in there. So I'm a little bit hesitant playing Man United, but I don't have a problem playing against Chelsea.
The thing that's thrown this season very much into the mix is the fact that going into the season, Arsenal and Tottenham were not like quids in to be in the top 4 by any means, and it would now be a bit of a disaster class from either team to not get into the top 4.
Oh, 100%.
So therefore, 2 teams are missing out. That is a massive wasp. Sorry, a massive wasp just flew into my window, scared the life out of me. But now 2 teams are missing out that normally get in. So
yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens at the end of the season. But yeah, if anything, it's not
how big that was. That's absolutely enormous. If I could turn my camera around, I'd show you, but I can't. There's also Monday Night Football, Forest Villa. That was pretty boring. Ashley Young, by the way, with an absolute screamer.
Yeah.
But the rest of the game was
awesome.
Terrible. Yeah, it wasn't great.
One thing I do want to quickly touch on, obviously from our game, wasn't the best thing to hear, but obviously the Jordan Henderson, Gabriel situation that's going on at the moment. I mean, I hope that it's not true, but based off, because we're kind of going off players' reactions at the moment, aren't we? More than anything else. And it is very uncharacteristic of him, obviously, but I mean, hopefully it's not true.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be wrong of us to assume anything. Obviously, there's a lot going around. The worst part about it for me is Firmino's reaction.
Yeah.
The way he
Yeah.
looks at Henderson when he sort of hears what Gabriel's had to say, and he's a bit like, "Oh, looking at Henderson." But
Yeah.
we
I
can't
mean,
say anything really until
no. I mean, we can't confirm
stuff
or
actually comes out.
comment on it at all until things are confirmed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope it's not true. There's no room for that in any sport or any part of life. So hopefully, hopefully Jordan didn't go there.
Hopefully not. And yeah, again, as you say, he's very much out of the headlines. Like he just gets on with his job. Really, it would be a shock if anything happened. That's not to say anything hasn't happened.
Yeah.
But as you said, hopefully, it's not what it's kind of being made out like it could be.
Is he in the England situation? He's not, is it? He's not in the He's not in talks to go to the World Cup this summer, is he? I haven't seen him on any
He'll
list.
go to the World Cup, won't he?
I haven't seen him on any list.
Really?
We didn't have him in our squads.
Did we not?
No.
Are you sure?
I've just realised that.
He'll go to the World Cup.
But we didn't have him. We didn't have him in there.
Was he injured?
Maybe. I mean, he's just... no, I don't think he is. But no, he hasn't been injured, I don't think. But yeah, I haven't heard anything England related from Jordan Henderson, so maybe. But,
now.
I mean, the last time we did it, we didn't have Jordan Henderson in either of our squads.
No, there's people shouting down their phones or computers now, just talking, like saying, "What are you talking about?" Knowing exactly what we're trying to say.
Yeah.
I would have thought you'd want to take him to the World Cup.
I mean,
it's just for his leadership qualities.
I mean, I think that's the reason that he plays so much at Liverpool. Like, they have better centre mids than Jordan Henderson. They have better people, but because of how good of a leader he is, and I think that's another reason why Firmino probably looked at him the way he did, because he's probably a bit of an idol to people who play at Liverpool.
Yeah.
And a massive role model. So if he's done what people were accusing him of, then that's a big big thumbs down for everyone.
I hope it's not, but that will come out, and we'll see if actually the FA are doing their investigation into it. So we'll talk about that when that comes out. A bit of Tottenham news that I wanted to mention as well. Kulusevski's back in training after so long, which is just unbelievably good news for me, not for you. And Harry Kane was training today as well, which there were a few question marks over because he took quite the knock to the ankle against Brighton. But he's training. What is your problem with Harry Kane?
I paid him to break his leg. I don't understand why he didn't. No, bless him. No, I'm not. I don't have that much of a agenda against Harry Kane. I just don't like him as a football player. But he's a nice guy.
Great guy, model professional, if you will.
Model professional. I just don't like him as a football player.
Right, let's look ahead to Europe, where, as usual, we are playing on a Wednesday night. We are playing Eintracht Frankfurt. We need to beat the sausage. I saw that. We need to beat the sausage, basically. If we don't beat Frankfurt, we're in trouble. Because
I mean, you haven't been good in the Champions League this time, buddy. I'm not going to lie.
An away draw at Eintracht Frankfurt, I will take. I don't mind that. That's not an easy place to go. I will take an away draw. It's the home games you have to win.
You've said it. You've said it on every single Champions League game that we've had so far. I'll take a draw. What are you wanting?
We've only played one at home. We've only played one at home, which we won.
I don't understand. What are you wanting out of the Champions League this year? Are you wanting a participation medal? Is that all you want? Is that you literally?
Well, that's more than you're going to get.
Oh, that wasn't necessary, was it? Well, at least we're going to get a trophy this year. We'll probably win. We'll probably win Europa, 100%, and we'll probably.
You'll find a way to bottle that.
And we might even win the Premier League.
Okay, no, now we're getting silly. If we're going to be silly, we might win the Champions
League. Would be ironic. It would be ironic on our first season of this show that Arsenal win the Premier League for the.
I would hate it so much.
It would be ironic though, Dan. It would be sensational.
We're not out of it. We are not out of this race.
We both came in going, we're going to have a lot to complain about, aren't we? It's Tottenham and Spurs, Arsenal, the Gunners, and then we win the league. That would be just priceless banter.
I wouldn't be back next season. You'll have to find like a Chelsea fan to
There'd be a
continue
new
the
host.
podcast
There'd
with.
be a new host. Yeah.
I couldn't do it. I forgot what I was saying now completely. Yeah, hopefully we win this home tie. There'll be a lot of nice stuff around the stadium. It's the first home game since Gianpiero Ventroni died, and I think there's a few tributes planned again for that. But yeah, it's the home games you've got to win. We've played one home game against Marseille. We won one home game against Marseille. Great atmosphere. And I just hope that we do it again, basically.
It's not going to happen.
You know
I'm
we
telling you
will.
right now, it's not going to happen. I just
Okay.
want a picture. I want a picture of your face when you lose at home to a sausage. I want to see it.
Well, I'm not sending that. Right, let's move on to Thursday nights because you're. I won't sing that song. Who have you got? I don't even know who you've got. Bodo Glimt. Oh, the same team you just played.
Yeah.
Please lose.
It shouldn't be a problem. It really should not be a problem. I mean, we beat them 3-0 last weekend, or last week, sorry. So it should be fine. It should be fine. Honestly, I don't see us having a problem in the Europa League group stage. We shouldn't have a problem in the Europa League group stage. So yeah, good time to play some. I mean, we don't really need to win. We should win.
Right, you're just saying that because I say it.
Well, no. We're in the Europa League. We're in the Europa League. So this is a good time to, play some players that don't get a lot of time usually. I'd like to see Vieira more. I think I'd like to see Vieira more.
He's been quite quiet considering how well he's played. I think he's been quite quiet.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's just not getting. I mean, because our midfield at the moment is extremely solid. Because obviously we got Odegaard, Partey, and Xhaka in there, and then they're all extremely solid at the moment, so there's really no need to make changes. So give Vieira a bit of a run out. Give him a chance to prove himself a bit more.
Arsenal and Spurs are kind of both got the same problem in the sense that we've got so many players in that middle area that could easily fit in a first 11, but then the rest of the squad's still quite thin. Like Højbjerg and Bentancur are still Conte's first choice too. That's not going to change. But we've got Skip and Bissouma on the bench who could fill those positions perfectly fine. But then as soon as one defender gets injured, we're like, oh no, right, we need Tanganga now, which isn't ideal. And I feel like you're a bit the same. Like you've got a lot of central midfield players, but then you're a bit thin elsewhere.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you're right. I agree. Can I just need to, just before we move on again, I just need to rewind a little bit and just proclaim my love for Tomiyasu. Because he put in an absolute shift against Mo Salah. He made Mo Salah look regular. He made him look.
Mo Salah is regular this season.
Okay. I just
not in
just
general,
stop.
but recently he's been god awful.
Oh, okay. All right. Recently, I was going to say if you finish that sentence
I said
off
this
by going,
season.
Okay.
I said this season. Well, now
Tom,
you know how I feel when you say Harry Kane's bang average. Like, what are you on?
He is bang average.
Precisely.
But yeah, Tomiyasu proved once again why he should be in a starting 11. I love Zinchenko, but Tomiyasu, I think, proved that he's brilliant.
To give Tomiyasu credit, that's not his natural position.
No,
and I was very confused when that lineup came out. I was like,
he's not. But he's played everywhere along that back four. He's played literally everywhere. So, he's just put in a shift.
Stick him in goal next. See what happens.
Yeah, give it a go. And honestly, I think he could play anywhere. Except from up front. I don't think he's got the best shooting boots. But
maybe not.
We'll see.
Right, look at the Premier League table. Top. City is second. Liverpool
No. Sorry. What was that? So who's top? I missed that.
I'm not sure. I've scrolled past it.
Shall I get it? I'll get it up. Don't worry about it.
No,
I've got it right here on my phone, Dan. It's fine. I've got it. I've actually got it saved.
Can I mute you on this? This little recording.
So it's Arsenal.
Oh, I can. Oh, I've muted you, but I can't unmute you. Can you Oh no, what have I done? Can you unmute yourself? There we go. There we go. There we go.
All right. Right. Arsenal top. Man City second. Some other London teams in third. Chelsea fourth. Man United fifth. Newcastle sixth. Brighton Hove Albion seventh. Bournemouth eighth. Fulham ninth.
Can we just take a minute?
All 10th.
That's ridiculous.
That is brilliant.
Give them a chance coming into this league.
I'm sorry, but that is absolutely brilliant.
They have not lost in 5.
But I've just seen something else as well. So Liverpool are on a 10th.
Yeah.
with 8 goal difference.
Yeah.
Bournemouth are 8th with -12.
Well, Bournemouth got battered 9-0 by Liverpool.
Liverpool beat Bournemouth 9-0, and Bournemouth is still above them. That takes some doing. I'm sorry,
so happy.
Jurgen Klopp, stand up and applaud yourself, man, because that takes some doing. That takes some serious doing. That
Bournemouth have scored 8 goals this season. To put that into some perspective, so to go through all the goals scored in like order, you've got 23, City 33, we've got 20, Chelsea 13, United 13, Newcastle 17, Brighton 14, Bournemouth 8, Fulham 14, Liverpool 20, Brentford 16. Everyone around them has got at least double the goals of them. It's ridiculous.
I honestly, I don't know how they've ended up there, but all power to them. They're doing brilliantly.
They are. Sorry, you can finish the table now.
Where was I? Yeah, Brentford 11th, Everton 12th, West Ham 13th, Leeds 14th, Crystal Palace 15th. I'm quite shocked by that. I thought they were going to be a little bit better this year.
Yeah, you said they were a top 6 club.
I did say
rubbish at the time.
I did say. I said, well, they've always been a bogey team, but they got off to they played us first. That's probably why. They played us first and lost a bit of confidence. So that's probably why.
Well slid in, yeah.
Aston Villa 16th, Southampton 17th. I thought they'd be lower, to be honest. Wolves 18th.
Can't get much lower.
Forest 19th and Leicester 20th.
Damn. All right, let's look ahead to the next Premier League game week before we finish. You are facing Leeds. You should win that.
We're going to win that, no question. I think Leeds are a little bit of a shambles this year. So, yeah, I'm guessing 3, maybe 3-1, 4-1. Maybe actually no. I'd say clean sheet. I'd say 3-0. I don't see Leeds scoring against us.
No, I mean, yeah, I can't disagree with that, to be honest. We've got Everton at home. I'm thinking this could be 3 or 4, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, I'll disagree with you on that.
Unless a Pickford masterclass comes out.
That's why I'm going to disagree with you, to be honest with you. I honestly, I feel like against big clubs, he decides to maybe play a little bit. So I'm gonna say you're gonna squeak by with a victory. I'm gonna say 2-1. You're just gonna squeak by.
I'll go 3-0. But we'll see. That's it, basically. So we've got to chat about.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing major. We've got Europe coming up. You've got Europe coming up, just in a slightly worse competition. Busy run of fixtures.
Oh, hang on a minute.
Hang on a minute.
We've missed one.
Have we?
Obviously, there's a few other games that are basically not worth mentioning. But there is Liverpool versus Man City on Sunday.
Weekend,
yeah. And that would be a massive favour, considering we've just whooped their arse. It would be a massive favour if Liverpool could beat Man City. It would be a huge favour. So, any Liverpool fans, if you're listening, I know you are. Just go to Anfield, fuck them up for us, please.
I would like Liverpool. Or I'd like a draw in an ideal world, but
a draw
would
would be
rather
nice as well.
Liverpool win that.
I'm happy with the draw too, but it is it's at Anfield, so it could either be. It could either be really good game or death.
It's 7th season syndrome. Blimmin' hell, that's hard to say. 7th season syndrome for Jurgen Klopp. It happens all the time. Just can't do it.
No, you can't do it.
Yeah. Anything else to add before we finish?
No, that is it.
That is it. I really hope that some episode soon you've just lost.
You're just going to see this face.
I am fed up. We're having a very good season ourselves.
You're just going to see this face.
I'm just sick of it.
But I even after the Man United loss, I wasn't even that upset, to be honest. But hey, that's it.
It's early in the season. That's all I'll say. It is early in the season.
It is.
A long old time to go before the title's decided. But thank you very much for listening. Check us out on TikTok, Twitter, all that. Just search Rivals Podcast. You'll find us eventually. Cambridge is smug. I'm not. But hopefully that'll change soon. We'll see everyone soon. Goodbye.
See you later.